Okay, this is the Bonnie cart loaded down with all of our magic goodness. And this is the water meter video. And we're going to include a couple other notations and details. This is the water meter out here by the street curb. That's a good thing. We can see that the irrigation boxes are full of water. This area has experienced an extraordinary amount of rain lately. And, it's making everything nice and green. I don't know if you can see through the reflection like that. You see the little silver sprocket in the middle? That's a flow indicator. Some people call it a cheater wheel or a cheater paddle. Call it what you will, but that's very sensitive when you have a problem with your electric, with your water bill. The guy will come out, that's why they call it a cheater, and he'll pop this cover and he'll say, well, you don't have a leak here. And this is talking about potable water, drinkable water going to the structure. This is not a sewer test. And we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. Now we have another irrigation box right here that's full of water, and I can't get in there. I can't see what it is. And I suspect, and I don't know, that is an irrigation box for the check valve for the lawn sprinkler system. I do not know that there's any valve in there. I don't know if there's a main water shutoff valve to the house, because we need something besides this. I do not know if it's a check valve for the lawn sprinkler system, and if there by chance is a check valve in there, I cannot, determine any condition about it. I just can't. So we're moving up here. Originally I thought that second box might have been the main shutoff for the house, because I thought this larger irrigation box, that's also full of water, I thought this was for the check valve for the lawn sprinkler system, and it's not. This box is for, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the lawn sprinkler zones. So, and then that's a zone valve as well. So I know that we're going to have at least 5 sprinkler zones when it comes to that time of the inspection. Moving on along, what I'm not noticing is any sewer cleanouts. I'm not noticing any sewer cleanouts. What I'm also not noticing is a vacuum breaker for the swimming pool main drain. I'm not noticing a vacuum breaker for the swimming pool main drain. I'll just go this far. Because it is a plumbing thing. This is where the gas enters the house. The structure faces west, so this would be the north side of the garage. This is where the gas enters the house, and this is what I'm noticing, or not noticing, okay, is I'm not seeing any electrical bonding. And see this little pipe right underneath here? See that little guy? That is the secondary, that is the water heater temperature pressure relief valve drain line. And it's not supposed to be any closer to the ground than 3 inches. And it's buried. You can't even see it, much less expect it to work. What I'm not noticing is a second drain line for the safety pan. And I haven't been in yet, so we don't know. This is the gas meter to the house. The pot's 6 inches off the ground. It's outside of the fence. It's on the north side of the driveway. And I know they're crooked, but I know that's kind of dangerous too, but that's not what I do. I know they're crooked, but they're at least 6 inches off the ground. This valve is on. When it's parallel with the plumbing, that's on. When it's perpendicular, that's off. And that's the main valve to the house. Unless we have another one over here. Keep me honest. We have a second shutoff valve. This would be a main shutoff valve to the house. And so much for my parallel and perpendicular. I'm not sure exactly how that one works. I think it's got this arrow on here. Okay, so there's your parallel. And you turn that around, it's perpendicular, that little diamond. This is a feeder. It probably goes to something like a patio grill, or perhaps it goes to the swimming pool heater. We're going back around to the front, back around to the west side of the house. This is the closest bib valve, bib faucet. Faucet bib valve, closest exterior faucet to the meter. So what we're looking for is between 40 and 80 psi. So we're going to do a pressure tester. And I'm getting 95 psi. It's kind of high. And the stem is leaking. Why? Because you got too much pressure, maybe? Yeah, well, okay. That's what's going to happen. Your stuff is going to break down more. More breaks, more pipes, more misery. So, off of the meter, or wherever the main water shutoff valve is, a main water shutoff valve should be installed with a backflow prevention device, and those valves have regulators on them, and you can dial down the pressure so that the house isn't stressed out. A lot of people say you can't get too much pressure. You can't get too much well, yes, you can. You can get too much pressure. And what you're really looking for is flow. You're not looking for pressure. You're looking for flow. You want a lot of water to make a lot of suds so that you get really clean. And that's what you want. But you don't need pressure. You don't need it to remove your tattoos. You just want to get clean. And, fill up your tea jug in a coffee pot in a reasonable amount of time. And the bathtub too. Don't want to wait too long for that.